Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Mouse Club podcast. My name is Marissa, and I am the host of this podcast. Welcome. I'm so excited that you're joining me. If you're brand new, please be sure to hit the subscribe button on whatever platform you're listening to this on so you can join me for future episodes. And if you're coming back, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate you guys and all of the people who support this podcast. You guys mean the world to me, so thank you so much. This week, honestly, guys, I've been looking forward to this week for so long. I have the one and only Lilly Darling XO joining me, and I'm so excited. I messaged Lilly a few weeks ago because I knew she'd be the perfect person for coming on the podcast this October. And when she said yes, I was so ecstatic, and I've been wanting to tell you guys she was coming on, but I kept it a secret, and I am so excited to share this episode with you. If you don't know Lilly already, her handle is at LillyDarlingXO, and she is a Disney content creator and also, more recently, a Halloween content creator. And she works with brands, and she does these amazing pictures of like spooky season and costumes and all of this fun stuff. And I love following her, and I love her content, and I know you guys will too. But also, we talk about a lot of important topics as well, like body positivity, the toxicity in the Disney content creation community, and some of the more negative influencers, I guess is the right word to say. We also talk about her being a vegetarian and her boyfriend being a hunter. And we also talk about just the fact of finding your niche and how she went from having a pink and princessy Instagram to finding like her true identity on Instagram and becoming more of a spooky and Halloween content creator, which I really love. We also talk about the recent wildfires on the West Coast. Lilly is from Washington, so she shares her experience with that. And we also talk about her owning a small business with her mom, and they just opened up a shop front, which is super amazing. Unfortunately, while I was editing this episode, I did notice that there is a little bit of a lag towards the ending of the recording. I'm working with Anchor about fixing this issue for the future because I know it has happened in the past with a couple of my episodes. So I apologize, guys. I think I'm going to start recording through somewhere else in the meantime while they're working on fixing and troubleshooting this issue. And I do apologize. We obviously weren't like talking over each other or anything. It does sound pretty bad after like the 50-minute mark. So just be prepared for that. But it is still an amazing episode. So it's a super good episode. I'm really excited for you guys to hear that. Of course, like always, we're going to start with some Mouse Club news, but I'm going to go through it as quickly as I can because I know you're excited to get into the episode. So this week for Mouse Club news, the first piece I have is that Super Nintendo World is going to be coming to Universal Studios Japan in early 2021. It was officially confirmed. They said that the Mario Cafe and the Mario Store are going to be opening outside the land early on October 16th of this year. So that should be a couple days from now when you're listening to this. And I am really excited for this. If you haven't seen the press release for this, it looks amazing. You get to go around the land with like a little magic band type of thing, and you kind of hit like the blocks like you would if you were Mario, and like you're supposed to collect coins and stuff throughout the land. I think it's going to be so awesome, and especially the Mario Cafe. I can't wait to see pictures of the food because in Japan, I feel like they just take the food to the next level. So I'm really excited to see what they come up with, and I'm really excited for that. P.S. If you can hear that sizzling noise, it's my Brussels sprouts cooking for lunch. So I apologize. I don't know if you can hear that, but just in case. Next up, the layoff of seasonal and part-time employees are continuing, and unfortunately a lot of people got laid off this week through email, which is really unfortunate. I know it's super impersonal, so it is really sad, and my heart goes out to everybody. I have so many friends who've lost their jobs this week and in previous weeks, and my heart honestly breaks because this is so many people's dream jobs, and I touched on it a lot more last week, so you can go listen to the episode if you want to hear more about that. But it really is sad. It's not just like a small time job. People think that it's a lot of college kids or high school kids working these jobs, and honestly, it's really not. It's a lot of adults. It's a lot of people who rely on these jobs and who love what they do, and it's really a tragedy that this is happening right now. So that is happening, unfortunately. Also, the Mandalorian concept art was revealed, and it looks really beautiful. You can see that on the Disney Facebook page if you want to check it out. Of course, the Mandalorian is streaming on Disney Plus on December 3rd, or not December, October 30th, and we're really, really excited for that. I hope we get some more answers this season. Also, Cinderella's castle was lit up in gold and purple to celebrate the Lakers' win. Very unfortunate for us because my husband and I are big Heat fans, but we kind of saw it coming. I mean, who can beat the Lakers? Let's be honest. But congratulations to them. I know it was a crazy year, so it's awesome just to have a team winning a championship, and the castle looked really cool. So that's awesome. And the last piece of news is that Pixar's Soul is going to be streaming on Christmas Day on Disney Plus. I'm really, really excited about this. There's a lot of positive and negative feedback. A lot of people are happy that they're not doing the premium pay for this movie. A lot of people are not happy that they're not doing the premium pay because they feel like it's not fair to have a person of color as the lead role and to not be like putting forth the effort to make more money for this movie. Honestly, I don't have enough information to be on either side of this situation, so I can't really give my opinion. Personally, I'm just really excited to be able to watch the movie on Disney Plus on Christmas. I think it's going to be an amazing movie, and I'm really, really excited. Before we jump into the episode, I did really quickly want to tell you guys to please be sure to follow me at the Mouse Club Podcast on Instagram so you can see future episodes when they come out, participate in future episodes through polls, Q&As, and also by sending in your stories, which brings me to my next thing. If you have ever seen a ghost or a spirit or whatever you want to call it in the Disney parks or the Universal parks or honestly any theme park, please send me your story. It's going to be the Mouse Club Podcast at gmail.com. So please send it to me there. Or if you are a cast member or team member and there is a legend or a scary story that people tell around your venue about it being haunted or something of that nature, please also send me those stories to the Mouse Club Podcast at gmail.com. Anyway, guys, we're going to take a quick break and I'll be right back with Lily Darling XO. All right, guys, so this is Lily, aka Lily Darling XO.
Hi.
I'm so excited Lily's joining us this week and taking time out of her schedule. Thank you so much, Lily. This is seriously so awesome to have you on.
Oh my gosh, of course.
And I especially wanted Lily on this month because if you don't know her already, her page is basically like all Halloween, and it's so cool. And when I followed you, your aesthetic was actually like pink.
Yep. That's like you're like an OG follower then if people have been following me since that time.
Yeah. And then it slowly, like I went on your Instagram today, like as I was preparing for this, it like slowly started going more Halloween, and then it turned like orange, and now it's like spooky, but it's like so cute, and I just love it. You're welcome. And your pictures are so beautiful too. Do you take them with your iPhone?
I do. Yeah. It's funny that you asked me that because I was just talking to my boyfriend about how I really, really want to get a camera, like a DSLR camera. But they're so expensive that
they really are.
I just have never thought about it very much. And then I took some his sister's family photos yesterday with their camera, and I had so much fun.
Yeah.
And now I'm like really, really wanting like a nice camera, but I do everything with my iPhone now, so
yeah, it looks amazing. I mean,
you.
the DSLRs definitely, I feel like they're fun because you like can put it on like, I don't know what it's called, but that like rapid setting where it just like takes a bunch.
Oh, that would make my life so much easier, I swear.
Right? Especially for candid pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
But they're so nice. They're such good quality. I'm shocked that you take them with the iPhone.
I know. I upgraded my phone last October actually to the iPhone 11 because of the camera quality. And this camera honestly is like just as good as like some cameras out there. I know that,
right?
But I don't know. Having a nice camera just might step everything up another level. I don't know.
I feel that because I make YouTube videos too, and I usually use just my iPhone to film.
Yeah.
And I genuinely feel like it's a lot better quality than some of my like better cameras that I have.
It's crazy.
Yeah, especially we'll see what the 12 comes up with
I
this
know.
year.
I'm like, please don't tempt me, Apple. I don't need I don't need to upgrade my phone again.
I know, for real. Well, awesome. Well, okay, so speaking of Halloween, I
hmm
was curious. So, has your love for Halloween like always been a thing, or did it start happening more recently?
Um, so growing up, it was always my favorite holiday.
Hmm.
My parents didn't really like go to all out with like decorations or anything, but we have like they've owned businesses in our small town pretty much my entire life, so they would like always decorate our business and do
Aw.
trick or treating for the kids. So the way it works where I live in like a really really small town in central Washington, and so for trick or treating, all of Main Street, all of the businesses stay open late and hand out candy to the kids, and the kids go up and down the blocks to trick or treat instead of like
Aw.
going door to door to like people's
Hmm.
houses and stuff. So I grew up doing that, and it was like always the thing I looked forward to the most every year was like dressing up and going out with my parents to go trick or treating. And then as I got older, I did the candy handing out, I guess.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I always loved just like the way that our town decorated, and they always play music over speakers. And like it was just really, really magical for me growing up. And so I've always loved Halloween, but it was not like I didn't have it like in my life all year
Hmm.
necessarily. But my dad, like as I was growing up, my dad introduced me to horror movies, and so that's also where my love of like spooky, scary things and Halloween really started. I
Hmm.
remember watching. My mom went out of town for a business trip, and my dad let me watch. Oh gosh, what movie? It might have been Halloween.
Hmm.
And he let me watch it with him because he knew my mom would have been mad if she was home. And I just remember like loving it, like not even being scared. Like he was kind of nervous that he was going to scare me, but he dresses up as Michael Myers every single year and would walk up and down the streets
Oh
of
my
our
God.
town, like scaring kids and stuff. So I like already knew who Michael Myers was. I just had never seen the
Hmm.
movie. So yeah, between growing up in a small town and having small town Halloween trick or treating, and then my dad letting me watch scary movies when I was probably too little, that all kind of came together to make my love for Halloween grow as I got older. So
Oh, that's so cute.
yeah.
Didn't you do like some pictures with your dad recently? I
I
feel like
did. Last Halloween, I mean, it was a year ago now, which doesn't feel like a year ago.
Right.
But it was last Halloween, I had him wear his Michael Myers costume, and stand behind me in like a cornfield. And
Hmm.
that's what I posted on Halloween last year.
That is so cute.
Yeah.
I remember those pictures in my mind right now. Oh my gosh, your small town sounds like a like literal Halloween movie. That
It
is so
it
cute.
is like I always tell people that it reminds me of Stars Hollow from Gilmore Girls. If you've ever
Yeah.
watched that
Hmm.
show, it's totally like the same kind of vibe, like
Oh.
where everybody knows everybody and
Hmm.
there's always fun things going on. And yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm picturing in my head right now is literally that Gilmore Girls like I don't know, square, like plaza, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah, it is kind of like that, honestly.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
cool. Well, I know too. Okay, this is really funny. Sometimes you post on your story that
Mhm.
not everyone is really cool with the fact that you love to post about Halloween before October.
Yes, yes.
So I was curious, like, what you do with like the hate comments or the
Yeah.
haters.
Honestly, I'm kind of honestly surprised at myself that it doesn't like bother me that much because
Hmm.
growing up, I was always one of those people that just wanted everybody to like be happy and keep the peace and, everything like
Right.
that. I didn't want, yeah, that was just totally how I was. So I'm kind of surprised it doesn't like make me sad, but it really doesn't bother me because I just am like, well, it doesn't make any difference like to anyone else. Like it doesn't affect anyone else
Right.
whether or not like I have a pumpkin in my house all year or not.
Right.
So, and I'm just like it makes me happy, and like everyone in my life knows that that's just how I am. And so it
Yeah.
just doesn't, I don't know, it just doesn't bother me because I'm like, well, some people like, you know, to decorate for Christmas in September, or some people like wish it was summer all year round, and like, I don't know, it's the same thing to me. I guess it's just maybe more of a like in your face kind of thing, since it's Halloween is like such a standalone thing. I don't know.
Right. I remember you posted one about Lucky, I think it was, from Animal Crossing.
Yes.
And somebody like came at you for it. I was like, why?
They were like, you're
Like,
ruining
it's so
that
fun.
character. I was like, oh, rude. I was like, well, I like my picture, so whatever.
Yeah, it was so cute. And every time you post your little Animal Crossing village, I'm so jealous because mine is like not coming
Oh my gosh,
together
I have
at
totally
all.
neglected my villagers. I stopped playing, and then I just recently started sort of picking it up again because of the Halloween update and everything.
Yeah.
But I got my star or my island to a 5 stars, so I kind of was like, well, I don't really know what else, like what to do now, but I also didn't want to start over because I had all the villagers that I wanted, so I was just like, I'm just gonna leave it be for a while.
Right? I know. I'm kind of getting to that point too,
Yeah.
but the updates are really
Yeah,
fun.
they are. They make everything more interesting again.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's so true though, because everybody, talking about earlier with your hate comments, like everybody's following you because they love like your pictures. So it's like if people come at you, it's like kind of silly because it's like there's people who come to you for that specific content, you know?
And it's most of the time it's people who don't follow me that comment those things. I think like my pictures might show up on their like not for you page, that's TikTok. The explore page, and they find me that way, and they're like, what the heck, it's April, why is this girl posting like a picture of a jack-o'-lantern?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, it's mostly people that don't follow me, because I think everybody who does follow me now knows that that's like my thing. I don't know. So
yeah, like your vibe, your aesthetic. And then, okay, so you have the coolest pictures. I was wondering how you like think of these things, like how you think of your costumes and everything else.
Most of the time, like, I don't really have a plan ever. Like, sometimes if I have something that I'm doing like for someone else, like a brand or something, then of course I'll plan things out in advance. But I kind of a lot of the times, like the pictures that I post, I took like 5 minutes prior to posting it. So like my picture from today, I posted a flat lay, and I just took it like this morning because I was like, oh, I want to take a picture of this t-shirt, and so I just threw it together really quick and posted it. Like, I'm not the best at planning things out, I guess. It's like when I get an idea in my head, I'll write it down, or I'll just do it right away when it's fresh in my mind, and then save it for posting on a different day. But I browse Pinterest a lot for inspiration, and I follow a lot of people whose pictures inspire me and stuff to get, ideas from and that kind of thing. So
Gotcha. Yeah. That's a good idea for anybody like out there who wants to be a content creator.
Yeah, Pinterest is your best friend. I have like tons of boards on there, and if I see something that's cool, I'll save it and reference it later for a photo idea or something. So
yeah, Pinterest is amazing. I love it for traveling too, like finding places to eat and stuff.
Oh yes, that's such a good idea.
It's so fun. And do you have like a specific app that you edit with?
I do use Lightroom Mobile. I make all my own presets on there, and then I have other apps, like I'll use like Pixart or something to add stickers. And there was one picture I posted recently of I was holding a mug. It's like this orange mug that has bats on it, and I had like bats and smoke coming out of the mug, so it looked like steam, and bats were like coming out of my coffee mug. And I got so many comments of people asking me how I took this picture, and it was literally just a sticker from the app Pixart. Like, I just typed in like steam or something, and it just happened to pop up, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's perfect. And I just stuck it on the picture. Like, it wasn't like I didn't Photoshop it or anything. It was literally just like a little sticker. But Pixart is one of my favorite apps for that, because they've got really cool stuff you can add to pictures and stuff. So
that's so cool. Yeah, I definitely have to check that out because that sounds
Yeah,
really
it's a good
cool.
one.
I remember too. Yeah, I remember your like I was saying earlier, the pink days.
Yes. Yep.
I feel like you had a lot of like sparkles and stuff on
I
those
did. Yeah,
pictures
and I
too.
used PixArt for that as well, actually. So
That's so
yeah.
fun. Your Disney pictures are so
Thank you.
beautiful.
I'm like running
I
out of
love them.
Disney pictures though. From like all my other
Same.
trips, like my trip last year, I still have like a few I could post, but they're not going to last me much longer. So,
Yeah. Did you have a trip planned that got canceled this
I
year?
didn't have anything booked because right when I was like about to book it, all of the crazy like pandemic stuff started happening. So I just didn't because I figured by the
Gotcha.
time, well, I was hopeful that by the time October came that everything would be normal again, but I didn't want to like book anything just to cancel it. So I kind of left it and played it by ear. But I was supposed to go, I usually go every October, late September, early October. So I did like have a tentative plan, but I didn't have anything booked solid because I just figured it wasn't really going to work out. But yeah,
Yeah, for
sad.
sure. I know, right? Once they announced that Mickey's Not So Scary and Halloween Horror
Yep.
Nights was canceled, I was like,
like,
well, there goes
yeah,
my
there's
fall.
no hope. I was like, well, since both of those got canceled, and then Disneyland's not even open yet, and there was like no news about it opening. I was like, well, I'm not flying my butt to Florida, so I'm like, just gonna hang tight this year, and hopefully next year will be like the best trip ever. So
Yes, for sure. I think everybody's going to be having like the time of their life.
I know. I already can't wait.
Right? So speaking of Disney, that's the perfect segue because I was going to talk to you about like your love for Disney and the same thing. Like, was that always been a thing, or is that more recent?
It was. I mean, like every kid, I grew up watching Disney movies, you know, and growing up, like when I was a baby and a toddler, my nursery was Winnie the Pooh themed, so I always loved.
Me too.
It's so cute. I think it's like a classic like '90s mom thing to do, like Winnie the Pooh theme. So I just remember like going to the movies with my parents to see like Disney movies and everything, and I remember, when was it? I think I was like 4 or 5 when I went to Disneyland the first time. And ever since that time, I was like, I just wanted to go to Disneyland all the time, but I didn't go again until I was, how old was I? I think I was like 14 maybe. And that was like my first time going as like a big kid, and I had a lot of fun, but I had to babysit my little cousins that time, so it wasn't like the best. And then I went again when I was a junior in high school. I think I was like 17 maybe. And I went with my friend and her parents, and then they just like let us do whatever we wanted. And that was like, I feel like that was like the turning point almost for me. I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm having so much fun as like almost an adult at Disneyland. Like I want to be here all the time. And then that was kind of when I was like, you know what? I want to like make this a thing to go every year because I just have so much fun. And yeah, I didn't know that like Disney Instagram was like a thing at all, but I had all these pictures from, you know, past trips and stuff that I had posted on my Instagram when it was just like my like regular, before all of this Instagram stuff. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to post it. I don't care what my friends think, because not all of my friends were into it. So I was like, I'm just going to post it. And then that's when I started randomly gaining followers. I didn't even mean to, truly. I just started posting pictures of Disneyland because I had them. And then, so, and then from there, it just kind of grew into like a thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I think the thing is with your pictures specifically is there's so many like Disney content creators, but yours are just like such good quality.
Thank you so much.
Like so fun. Of course. And then also too, like, to be honest, a lot of people in the Disney community are just like inauthentic, I guess is the best way to put it. So when you find someone like you who like is super sweet but also like is real with people, I think that's super cool.
That means a lot to me. I've always tried really, really hard not to like be weird like that. I don't know. It's such a weird thing to me when people are like that. I don't know. I've met some people like out and about at Disney, you know, and it was just a lot different than I would imagine them to be. And it just that just doesn't like doesn't sit well with me, I guess. I don't know. But
I totally feel that. There's actually, I'm
yeah.
not going to name
Yeah,
names,
totally.
obviously, but there's somebody who used to work, because I used to be a cast member at Disney World, and we worked in the same area. And I specifically remember like one day we followed each other on Instagram, but for a while. But she had posted like, oh, if you ever see me, like, come say hi. I'd love to meet you. And so I saw her like backstage, and I like waved to her and said hi. And she literally looked me up and down, and then walked away. I was like,
oh no.
I was like, well, that did not go well.
That literally gives me like cringe. Like, I don't understand how anybody could be like that. Oh,
I know. It's so sad, especially in the Disney community, which is like, you know, supposed to be like so uplifting and positive. But
I
what
know.
can you
That's
do?
like, I don't know when I like made the decision. I don't know if it was like a conscious decision or not to move away from like posting strictly Disney stuff. I think I just felt like very boxed in. And that was like how I felt when my edit was like very pink. Because for a long time that is like what I liked. I liked, you know, pastel colors and all of that stuff. But when I started my Instagram page, that's kind of, I just found an edit that I liked and like went with it. And it evolved over time and got like really vibrant. And I just felt for like a really long time that I was really like not, that was like not me anymore, you know? And I felt super boxed in, like, you know, everybody who was following me was expecting, you know, every single day at 10 a.m., whatever, for there to be like this pink, like princessy photo on their feed. And it got a lot, like, to be a lot of pressure. And I was also like, during that time, kind of, I don't know, in a transitional period, like in my personal life too. And so I was just like, you know, this just does not feel like me. And then I, like, at home, I had like, you know, my Halloween decor out, and like my bookshelves were decorated like kind of goth, you know, but it was like I was posting these pink pictures. It just felt like, I felt like Hannah Montana almost. I was like, this way, like my pictures look this way, but like I'm not even like that really anymore. And so then I just like, you know what, I'm just gonna slowly make this switch, and if people like it, cool. If they don't, that's fine, but at least I'm like being more myself. And yeah, I've felt more me than I have in probably my entire life in the last like year. So I'm definitely like happy with where I'm at now. But that was like, yeah, the pink was like cool for a while, but then it got really old really fast. So
yeah, for sure. Especially if you're running out of Disney pictures
that
to
was
post
like, and then
too.
it was like to the point where if I wanted to take pictures like around town or something, like it was almost impossible to find a place that would like go with my edit, you know? Oh my gosh, it stressed me out so much. I was like, this is like kind of dumb. Like, I'm not having fun anymore. And then, yeah, I just decided I'm just gonna change it up. I was scared, but I did it. And then it's actually been going way better than before, even. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. And this is like, I feel like your
Oh,
time
yeah.
to thrive in like
I
October
know, and it's
before
going by
Halloween.
so fast too. I'm just like, I can't believe we're
I
already like
know.
literally almost halfway through the month. Oh, my dog's chasing his tail. You might hear him growling in the back. He does this.
Oh, that's okay. My dog snores sometimes in the background of these episodes. Yeah, especially during coronavirus right now. Like, we can't even really do too many
I
fun fall
know.
activities, so it feels
It
so
is really
sad this
sad. Like,
month.
I'm trying to make the best of it. Like yesterday I went to the pumpkin patch, like our local one, and that was really fun and like made me feel really happy. And then Christopher and I are actually going to St. Helens, Oregon this weekend, which is where they filmed the
Ooh.
Halloween Town movies. So
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see
I'm
those
super
pictures.
excited because they like decorate the town square to look like the movie. Like they have the jack-o'-lantern from, that sits in the town square that lives there. And they put it up and they have the Halloween Town sign and like everything. So we're going to do that this weekend, which I planned this trip like 4 months ago, probably. I was like, I don't even know if we're going to be able to go, but I'm going to book it anyway because I want something to look forward to.
Yeah.
And I know there's not going to be like any haunted houses or haunts or anything around me. So I was like, I want to do something festive and something to get me in the spirit. And luckily, they're still doing pretty much everything that they do normally, just with like social distancing guidelines and masks and everything, of course. But I'm really excited to go there and like have some kind of Halloween fun. So,
Right. Oh, that's gonna be so cool. I
yes,
can't wait
I'm
to see
so
those
excited.
pictures. Oh my gosh, that is so cool.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
on my
I'm
bucket
definitely
list
going
for
to be posting
sure.
like lots of stories and stuff so that if anybody who wants to go there like knows what to expect and if it's worth it. So, that's going to be really cool.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
super cool. Oh, awesome. I can't wait to see that. So, okay, so I do have some
Yeah.
more fall things while we're on it. I was curious what your favorite fall
Oh,
drink is. Everybody talks about pumpkin spice
yes. I know. There
lattes
okay,
and
I'm just like such a coffee person. So,
yeah.
I did do like the pumpkin spice lattes, from Starbucks or wherever. But then last
Mm-hmm.
year they released the pumpkin cream cold brew, and that was
Oh
like
yeah.
life changing for me. I was like, because I love iced coffee, but I didn't really love how pumpkin
Yeah.
spice latte tasted iced. I don't know. It was like good, but it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
my favorite thing. So that one is probably my favorite because it's not overly sweet. It's just like the
Mm-hmm.
pumpkin foam on the top and then like regular cold brew coffee. And then I also really like the salted
Mm-hmm.
caramel mocha. I like that one hot actually. So those are probably my two favorites.
That's so funny because my husband actually had the pumpkin cold
Oh,
brew
it's so
literally
good.
this morning. And he
Yes.
loves it. He gets like
I
3
try
every
so
week.
hard not to.
Like
I've been
he's
like
addicted.
really trying not to like I don't even want to know how much money I've spent on coffee in my lifetime. So I'm trying so hard not to go like too many. I allow myself to go like twice a week, which I feel like is a good amount, but it's so hard not to just like get up and go
Mm-hmm.
every single morning.
Yeah, for sure. Especially right now with like
I
just being
know.
stuck
I'm like, I
indoors
just
some
want
days.
something happy. And then it's like through fall and
Right?
Christmas with all like the festive drinks, it's so hard not to just go every day.
Right. For sure.
I
While they're here
know.
before they're gone. And then what's your favorite fall activity? Like
Ooh,
pumpkin
yeah.
patches
Okay, I love a
or
pumpkin patch. That's like a given, but probably my favorite thing that we've been
mm-hmm.
doing every year for the last few years is my best friend from here. She and her family have an orchard, so we go out to her house every
Ooh.
year and press cider with the apples from their orchard. And
Oh
yeah,
my
we
gosh,
just did
that's
it
so
a couple
cool.
of weekends ago. I still have some of the cider in my fridge actually. And that's like been my favorite thing to look forward to because I don't know. It's just like it's messy, but it's really fun and then you get like cider out of it and it feels festive and fun. So, yeah, that's probably my favorite thing with what we do, but pumpkin patches are really close. A really close second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so fun. I think cider is
Mhm.
probably my favorite drink because I'm not like the
Yeah.
biggest like coffee person. And cider is just so fall with like the
Yes.
cinnamon and
Oh,
stuff when
I
you
do
add
love,
it. Oh
yeah,
my
I love the cold
gosh.
cider like we do out there, but then I do love hot cider too. It's super good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those are so good. Oh my gosh. Now
I
I'm
know,
gonna be
me
so
too.
hungry
I'm like, I
after
need to
this.
go buy some of those like apple cider packet things that you pour in water. Yeah.
Right? Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
It
it does.
sounds so good right now. Is it
Yeah, it
colder where you
actually,
guys are?
so last week was really weird. It was like 80 degrees and I was so mad about it. I'm like, it's October. Why is it so hot? And then the temperature randomly dropped and it's supposed to be like in the 50s, like maybe mid 60s for the next while, I guess. And then it's going to get really cold probably once November hits. It gets really cold. And then I'm hoping we have a lot of snow this year. Last year we didn't, and I was really sad because I love the snow. But yeah, it's definitely cooling down. The leaves are changing, and it finally like felt like fall yesterday for the first time, which I was happy about. So, yeah. Yes.
Yay. I'm so jealous. I live in
Is it hot
Atlanta
there like
and
all the
it's
time?
like
I'm not.
it's like it
Yeah.
gets cold, but they have this weird thing here where it's like it gets cold for like a week and then you have like
Oh
a
no.
second summer is what they call it. Yeah, so then it's like 3 straight
Oh
weeks of
no,
like 80s
no.
and 90s. Yeah, and then it
Oh my
finally
gosh, I
drops
could
again.
not. I always like
So,
am very thankful that I live in a place that has like 4 very specific seasons. Because I just could never
yeah.
be somewhere that's hot all the time. Like that is like my worst nightmare.
Yeah. It for real, because I'm like a Florida girl,
Mhm.
like that's where I was born and raised, and I that was like my least
Yes.
favorite part of Florida is
And it's
no
so hot.
seasons,
It's like so
and
extreme.
yes, yes, like so hot. Like last Christmas was
Oh
like 80 degrees,
no.
and I was
Oh my
like,
gosh,
no,
that makes me like yeah, or people who like fly to somewhere tropical for Christmas. I'm like, "Why? I need my
right,
snow."
right, I know, for real. And we actually just decided that in February we're going to be moving
Oh wow.
back to Florida. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm like trying to savor these
Yeah,
last few months of
definitely.
seasons
Oh,
and
I
it's
know. I hope
not
it cools
coming.
down for you soon.
Thank you. I know. But luckily there's so many places on my list. So like my husband and I made a deal that when we do move back, we're going to travel like every like
Yeah,
fall and
that'll be
winter so we can,
perfect.
experience. Right. Exactly. That's like I feel like the
Yeah,
worst part of
you'll have to
Florida
come
is
to
the
the
weather
Pacific
for real.
Northwest in the fall because it's like, it's the best. I mean, we're like central
Yeah,
Washington,
I
so
can
it's kind of,
imagine.
it's a little bit more
Hmm.
dry here. We're like surrounded by desert, and then
Okay.
Seattle is like, you know, what everybody thinks of when they think of Washington, like all the evergreen trees and rain and everything.
Right.
But yeah, Seattle, and
Right.
then like up along the Oregon border up there is really, really pretty in the
Hmm.
fall. So that's definitely a place you should check out.
Yeah. I went to
Mm-hmm.
Seattle in the spring, but I feel like it would be like Washington would just be so pretty in the fall with like
Yes,
the
it's my
leaves
favorite.
and
I mean,
stuff.
everybody knows that about me, but like it's truly like really it's unmatched in my opinion. Like winter's good too. I
Yeah.
like winter, but fall is just like perfect. So, yeah.
That's so cool. How close are you to like the
We
Canadian
are
border?
like right in the middle of Washington State. So we are about
Okay.
3.5, 4 hours on from any direction, pretty much from the Canadian border. So
Hmm.
yeah, we're like probably
Gotcha.
4.5, 5 hours away from like Vancouver. And then
Hmm.
yeah, you can go up some crazy, some crazy places up and get to Canada in probably like 3 hours. Um, yeah, so we're like
Yeah.
not too far away, but not too close either. So,
Yeah. Because I
oh
know
yeah.
it's cold there, like super
Yeah, I
cold.
haven't been up
In
to Canada in
Alaska
a long
too.
time, but it would be fun to go there in the winter, I think.
Hmm. Yeah. It sounds really cool. I've never been, but it
Yeah,
sounds like it would
I
be
think
really
so.
pretty as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of Washington, something a little bit more on the sadder
Yes.
notes that you've been talking about
Uh-huh.
recently is the
Yeah.
wildfires that have been
Oh,
happening.
man. We just dealt with some fires like a month ago. Um, and
Hmm.
it happens like we kind of brace ourselves for it every summer because it gets so dry. And we are like
Hmm.
surrounded by, like all of our hills and mountains have like tons of sagebrush and like really dry, brittle like foliage. So if there's dry lightning or anything like that, stuff just ignites like super quickly. And then this last time, like, it was weird. We thought we got out of the summer with no fires, and then it was the very beginning of September, and it was, I think it was like the 7th of September. I remember, the only reason I remember the date is because my mom and I were planning to open our shop 2 days after, like, not the day after, but the day after that, after the fires started, and we had to push it back because of everything that was going on. It just didn't feel like the right time. But it was actually, I'm pretty sure, I'm like 87% sure that it was a bunch of different arsonists that started the fires. Like, I'm not,
Oh no.
I don't know if it was confirmed. I think they arrested somebody for it. I don't know if every single fire was started by arson, but I know like a couple of them were. And because it was just so weird. It was like, oh, there's a fire over here, and now there's a fire over here, and it was like surrounding us, and it was just very strange because it was super windy, but there was no lightning or anything, so it was just very strange. And I ended up leaving the shop, leaving work and coming home because my friend who I was talking about, who has the orchard, she lives like at the base of a mountain, like her family does up there, and it's very dry, and the fire was coming like down their mountain. So I had to go.
Oh God.
Yeah, it was really scary. I had to go and evacuate her dogs, and I had her dogs at my house, and then Chris, my boyfriend, he went up there to help them, and he left at like, it was probably like noon, like 12:30, and he didn't get home until 2 a.m. And those were, I'm not sure if you saw my stories, but I posted a couple of videos of him like where he was at with the fire and everything. And that was at her house. Her family's house and her husband's house. They all live up in the same like area, and he was up there like literally digging trenches with like the fire crew, like fighting the fire. And the smoke was really bad for like a month, and then one day we woke up and it was just blue skies again. It was very strange. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's always, I've been dealing with that like my whole life living here. It's like everybody's very aware of like the risk of fires around here because it's so dry. So I wasn't like surprised, which is sad, but yeah. And then in 2015, we had an even worse fire than this last one, which is crazy. Like, I personally got evacuated, and like pretty much everyone I knew got evacuated. The entire town's power went out for 4 days, and it was crazy. I remember like driving around town, and there was like sirens everywhere. Like, the street lights and the stoplights didn't work, so people were just like driving crazy, like in the middle of the road, and like people were running into the stores just like grabbing food and leaving, like not even paying for it, and like the stores were pitch black, and it was chaos. And it felt like, I remember literally saying to my mom, I was like, I feel like I am in a movie right now. Like, it was insane. Yes, it was insane, like because there was like huge like full-size airplanes flying super low to drop like fire retardant down, the red, like, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it's like this red like gooey liquid that they drop out of planes to stop the fire. And I was outside when they flew over my house, and I got drenched in it, and all of our cars did and everything.
Oh no.
And yeah, the fires are nuts around here, but like I'm kind of used to it at this point. Which is like kind of sad, but I mean, yeah.
It kind of feels like being from Florida.
Yep,
like,
that's what I was just
ready
gonna
for
say.
the
Now it's like
hurricanes.
our fire season is your guys' like hurricane season down there. Yeah.
Right. It's like every state has their
like
own natural
tornadoes,
disaster,
like all
I
that
feel
kind of
like.
stuff. Flooding, wind. Yeah, it's crazy.
Right.
Yes,
Which is
definitely.
terrifying, but
Oh gosh, I was like,
especially for
of course,
2020.
like this would be happening right now. Like I thought we made it out of the summer, and then now there's like an arson going
Yeah,
around starting fires. I'm like, what in the world is going on right now?
right. Right. I remember that when it happened too, because on your story, like I saw like
Mm-hmm.
that it was an arson fire, and then like in California there was
Yes.
like
Oh
the
my
gender
gosh, I
reveal
heard about
fire.
that.
Yeah, and then there was like in Oregon there was like
Mm-hmm.
the natural like brush fires. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, they're
Yeah.
just like it's
Yeah, it was
crazy over
nuts.
there this year." So,
Yeah.
that is crazy. Oh my
Me
gosh. Well, I'm
too.
glad your friend is
Me too.
safe and her
They
dogs
were,
too.
yeah, they were really lucky. And they had a lot of help though from all of
Yeah.
our like friends and family pretty much all went out there. So, yeah. It was scary, but
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I'm
yeah, and then
sure.
of
That
course
sounds
like there's no
so
service out there
scary.
either, so I'm sitting at home with like all these animals in my little apartment, like not hearing from Chris
Oh.
and like just not knowing what was going on. And
Mhm.
like my friend, she was trying to keep me updated like as best
Yeah.
as she could, but I knew she was like doing stuff, and so I was just
Mhm.
like, I don't know what's going on and
Right.
nobody's answering me. And yeah, I was like, I
Oh
know I should be
no.
thankful that I'm at home, but I was like so panicking for everyone, like everyone's safety up there because I didn't know what was happening.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh
It
my gosh.
was,
Yeah, that sounds like a
yeah, it
crazy
was. And
time.
hopefully I don't have to do that again for a couple years at least.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I hope so too. Well, after the wildfires, you got to
Yes.
open your small
Mm-hmm.
business. Well, you've had a small business,
Yes,
but
we
you opened your
did.
shop front,
Thank
which is
you.
super awesome. Of course. So I wanted to talk about
Yes,
that.
it
It's called the
is.
Starry
Yeah.
Owl, right? And it's like I was looking at your page earlier. It's like a lot of like it's not like a fall aesthetic, but a lot of
Yeah.
like I
My
feel like
mom and I
cozier
both like really
attire.
love fall, and like the colors of fall are our favorite. So when we
Mhm.
like were remodeling our space, that was definitely our inspiration, like was fall colors. Because we both just love it so much.
Mhm.
So yeah, we love cozy things, we love soft things, we love like stretchy things. We don't we don't like feeling confined by our
Yeah, like
clothes.
comfort.
And yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, that was like our biggest inspiration when we were designing and picking out decor and everything was fall colors. So thank you.
Yeah, it looks so pretty in your shop.
Thanks.
All the like pictures I've seen. It's so cool. Is it just you and your mom who run it, or
It's
do you
just
have
my
like
mom and I
employees there as well?
currently. We are looking to hire somebody for just like a couple of days so that we can do like website work and more like behind the scenes
Mhm.
type stuff. To have somebody like running the floor while we're in the back
Yeah.
doing the things that we need to be doing, because it's been kind of hard going from like strictly online like e-commerce based to having a whole storefront that you
Mhm.
have to be watching all the time. So our website's kind of taken like a back seat a little
Right.
bit. We've been trying recently to get everything that's
Mhm.
like, we want the store front and our website to match like inventory wise, but it's been kind of hard to juggle how to do that. So we're still figuring
Right.
it out, but we are,
Right.
we're managing, the two of us. We have, certain things that we each do. Like I run our
Yeah.
Instagram and my mom does a lot of the website stuff, and we both work most days together. And yeah, we're figuring it out, but you know, it's a learning curve for sure.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's super awesome though. I'm sure you guys will like be like super like what's the word I'm looking for? I guess you'll
Yes.
have
Yeah.
your
I mean, we've been
flow
open for a month
soon.
now, and I kind of feel like I'm getting used to it, because I worked at another shop
Mhm.
downtown part-time while also doing the Starry Owl, online stuff before we opened our shop. But I was only doing that like
Mhm.
maybe 2 times a week, and then I was working from home mostly, so it was a big adjustment to get used to like having to go into work like 5 days a week and like get used to that routine. But I think we're finally starting to like kind of figure out
Right.
our flow and like our routines and everything. So yeah, but I definitely am enjoying
That's
having a space
awesome.
to like that's my own to go to work at every day. Like it doesn't make it seem like I'm going to work. It's
Yeah.
like I don't know, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. It's really exciting. And how is it working with your mom? Do you guys ever like
Honestly,
butt
we
heads
don't
or
really
anything?
like I'm an only child, so
That's
I
good.
am very, very, very close with both of my parents. I mean, because I mean, I had friends over all the time growing up, but like it was just me and my parents. So, I
Yeah.
mean, I had to be friends with them, you know? Like, so we're all very close, and my mom and I have always been like best friends, basically. So, um, it was like a very natural thing for us to like want to work together all the time because we just work well together. And I mean, every once in a while, you know, we get annoyed of each other, but like anybody does. But I
Right.
am lucky that
Right. Yeah.
that's like a very, very, very like rare occurrence. And we work really well together and we have a lot of fun. And it doesn't really feel like, I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. Like, what was the phrase I was looking for? Like, it doesn't feel like you're working with a mom, you know? Like, it feels like I'm just like working with
Yeah.
my
Okay.
friend who also is my mom. Like, I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really
Oh, that's
awesome.
so
Like,
fun.
that's like I always said it would be like my dream to be able to work with like my family or, you know, because I'm very close with them. So having like a co-owned business with my mom is like one of my biggest dreams. So that was a very exciting step for us this year. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a huge
Thank
accomplishment
you.
for real to have a storefront. That's so cool. Of course. And I will have
Oh,
all of
thank
the
you.
links in the show notes as well
Yeah.
for anybody who would like to check out, of course, your shop because
Yeah, I
everything is
always have
so
to bring in
cute and
some
festive on
spooky
there.
things, of course.
Yes, that's so cute. Okay, cool. Well, I
Okay.
only have like a couple of topics
Mhm.
left as we're slowly running out of time. So
Oh,
I was going to
yes.
talk to you too
Yeah.
about being a vegetarian.
Oh,
I am
nice.
also a
Yes.
fellow vegetarian, so I always get excited. So, how long have you been vegetarian? And I wanted to hear some of your
Oh,
favorite
that's such a good
foods
question.
in the Disney
I've
parks as
been
well.
vegetarian for um I don't know like the exact amount of time, but I think it's been like 4 years now. I have
Hmm.
never like really liked, you know, meat. I don't know. Like I growing up and stuff, I was really picky. I'm
Yeah.
still a picky eater, but like I never liked like cheeseburgers or anything. I remember my mom like making them for dinner and me being so mad. I was like, I don't want to eat this. I don't like it. My mom's like, how do you not like cheeseburgers? Like every kid likes cheeseburgers. I'm like, I don't know, but I don't like cheeseburgers. So and like I just don't like the taste of meat. And then I'm such like a texture person that if the texture is like a little bit weird, like I just can't eat it.
Hmm.
And I felt like most of the time with like chicken and like
Yeah.
other things, like the texture was just, I don't know, it was just very creepy to me. And then I think about how it once was a chicken, you know, like a living chicken, and I'm like, I just can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
So I just, yeah, I just
Yeah.
gradually stopped eating meat. And it's funny because Chris is like, he is a meat eater, obviously, like most people are meat eaters, I feel like, but he also is a hunter too.
Yeah.
So he like hunts for all of his own meat, like he doesn't buy meat
Hmm.
from the store and stuff. So it's a very like interesting dynamic
Yeah.
in our relationship where I'm like, save the animals and how could you eat that? It looks like so cute, you know, and like I
Yeah.
don't like it, but he's like, but I also like really
Right.
respect what he does because he, you know, uses every part of the animal and like doesn't contribute to like the horrible
Right.
living conditions of like store bought meat and animal cruelty and everything.
Like
so
animal cruelty.
And he grew up that way, like that's just how his family is and everything, which I totally respect and understand. And I've gotten used to like it all. So usually like if I make something for dinner and I make it vegetarian, and then if he wants to add meat into it, he does. But most of the time he eats vegetarian with me. Like he doesn't really care. So
yeah. Yeah. That's the same thing with my husband and I. Like if we go out to eat, he gets meat dishes, but
we're the
usually at
same.
home
We're the
he just
same.
eats whatever I eat. Yeah, but I feel the same way though, because I've always said like I don't care if people eat meat, but I hate when people are like wasteful and like the
And I
animal
feel
just
so
like
bad,
died
like
for no reason.
I can't get myself to watch like all the documentaries about all of this stuff because it just makes me like so upset. But like I know like the store-bought like meat industry is so awful, so I'm at least glad that like our family and Chris's family doesn't like contribute to that, you know, because they do everything themselves, and like which I would much rather, like if I was going to eat meat, I would want to do it that way and not the other way, like if that makes sense. But I'm also not going to eat meat, so
yeah, for sure. Right. And it also like takes out like the what's the word I'm looking for? Like it takes you out of being like a third party. Like some people are like, oh, if I had to get my own meat, I wouldn't be able to do it.
And like you don't know where it's coming from,
still
really.
when you get
like
it
when
from
you
the
get it
store.
from the store, which also scares me. So I'm just like, ugh.
Right.
I try not to think about it too much, but sometimes I do.
Right. Yeah, same. So you're like my first like Disneyland.
I know a lot of people are Walt Disney World,
I guess.
people.
Yes. Yeah. A lot of my guests so far have been like from the East Coast. So do you have any recommendations for vegetarian food at Disneyland?
There's so many good things that I love to eat. Oh my gosh. Okay. I know what my favorite thing, like on Disney property, like between any park I've ever been to, is from Lamplight Lounge at California Adventure. They have these potato skins that are like, I literally think about them like once a day almost. Like they are so good. They're like crispy potatoes, like it's like almost like mashed potatoes on the inside, and then they put like these really yummy like sauces on them. And it sounds kind of plain, but they're like fancy over there, and they're so good. And that is like, that's like something that I try to eat like as many times as I can, like each trip, because I love them so much. So that's definitely like my number one. And then I love the vegetarian bao bun from the oh gosh, what is it called? Ooh. They renamed it recently. It's in Adventureland at Disneyland. Oh gosh, what the heck is that restaurant called? I don't remember. It's like escaping me, but they have they have bao buns, and the veggie one, it's like a veggie curry bao bun, and it's really good. And then I love the jalapeno cheese-filled pretzels that they sell around the parks too. Those are like a go-to snack of mine. Yes. And then the veggie gumbo from New Orleans Square. Why can I not think of any of the restaurant names? Anyways, it's on New Orleans Square, and that's really good too. So those are like 4 of my things that I have to eat like every time I'm there. And yeah, especially those potato skins. Oh my gosh, those things are so good. Yeah. Oh my gosh, yes.
Nice. Okay, I'm putting
Once
these on
Disneyland
my list
reopens,
now. I'm excited.
I just want to go there to eat their food.
It sounds
honestly.
Right. I say that all the time because like when I was a cast member and lived in Orlando, I was going to the parks all the time. And now it's been like 2 years since I've gone.
I'm
and
like,
honestly, all I think about is the food.
But like potato skins though. I can't wait.
Right. Exactly.
Yes,
I would love
or
a Mickey pretzel right now.
Man. Me too.
Right? Oh my gosh, I miss it so much.
Oh yes.
So something else I want to talk about is your dog
Hugo,
Moose and your bunny Hugo, right?
Thank you.
They're so cute. I was wondering
Oh
if
my
you're gonna
gosh.
be dressing them up
I would
this year
love
for Halloween.
to, but Moose is like, so he's a German short hair pointer. And if you're not familiar with the breed, they are like probably one of like the top 5 most energetic breeds of dogs ever. And he is like,
Oh my gosh.
he is hyperactive, man. He can run and run and run and run and run for hours on end, like full sprint. Just if we just like let him run all day, he would. So he does not like to sit still that often. And he also like hates his feet being touched. So I feel like me trying to put a costume on him would possibly result in injury for me. Because he like, he would just start running around like thinking I was playing with him. So I would love to, but I probably will not be just for that reason. Hugo, on the other hand, he tolerates it, but he gets like, I can just tell on his face, he gets so annoyed about me putting stuff on him. I had like a little like jester collar thingy that I got him last year that I put on, and I do have a tiny witch hat that I found at the craft store, and I want to get a picture of us both wearing witches hats before the month is over, so hopefully you can be expecting that, but that's about as much as I do with the animals, because I don't want to torture them too badly.
Right, for sure. My dog this year, she just started doing this like really new thing, like out of nowhere.
Oh my gosh, cute.
She's a golden retriever Labrador retriever mix. She's so fluffy. But we started previously when we used to like put things on her, she would like hide or like take it off with her paws. And this year, like all of a sudden, when we put stuff on her, she
like,
literally just like freezes, like and doesn't move.
At least you could get a picture
so
of her
random,
if she just sits
so
there
adorable.
then, maybe.
Yeah.
She's like, all right, I guess.
This year than in previous
you keep
years.
trying, so I'll let you have this for one picture.
Right. Right, exactly. But dogs and animals in costumes are just so cute. But I know
so
they
badly,
hate it,
but I just know he would hate it so much.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Well, the last topic I have before we play our game is I wanted to talk to you about body positivity, which is something I love from your page because I love how honest you are about, like our bodies change. We're not going to have the same body forever. And I just wanted to talk to you about that and like, I guess, how you came to terms with it and how you learned to like be more confident in your body.
Like always been a struggle for me. Like growing up, I'm really tall, so I was always like a foot taller than all of my friends, therefore like bigger in clothing sizes as well. Like all of my friends were very like, well, most of my friends I should say were very petite and like, thin, athletic, that type of, body type. So I definitely felt like different in that way because I was just very like much aware that I was bigger than them, like not necessarily in like, I wasn't like, didn't really think I was like fat or anything, but I was just aware that I was like just built completely opposite to most of my friends. And so that was kind of hard for me growing up because I was like, well, they all are so like small and thin and I'm like tall and like not thin. So, I don't know. I was, I tried really hard to be fine with that. And I still try really hard to be fine with that. I think more so now, like I don't have as many friends as I did in high school for one. But I don't know. I tried not to like be too hard on myself just because like losing weight has always been really, really hard for me. I don't know why. I actually think I need to get like my thyroid checked and stuff because I think that might have something to do with it. And I also I just have always had like a really hard time losing weight. So but I've always like, I feel like I've looked mostly the same.
Mhm.
I don't know, but yeah, losing weight or like
Yeah.
getting toned, like even if I would work out like so many times like in a week and I would do it for months and months, I felt like I would like was not really seeing any results, which was very frustrating for me because I was like putting in so much work
Mhm.
and like had nothing to show for it basically.
Right.
Um so yeah, it's definitely still something
Yeah.
I struggle with, like, every time I see somebody on Instagram who's like super
Mhm.
thin and whatever, I think to myself for like a split second, I'm like, oh man, I wish I looked like that. But
Right.
like, I also know that that's just not healthy, like
Right.
for mental health purposes. And,
Yeah.
everybody looks different. And
Mhm.
I don't know. I just try to tell myself, like, if I have a thought where I'm like, ugh, like my stomach looks really big in this picture, like, I try to find a picture that I like and be like, "Well, but I think I look really good in this picture," like, or try to like have a positive thought for every negative
Mhm.
thought, like actively try to think that in my mind because I don't want to like dwell on it too much, but I definitely do
Yeah.
sometimes, and I think a lot of people do, most people probably. Um so it's yeah,
Right.
something I'm still working on and probably will be working on for the rest of my life. But I just try to be honest about like how I feel about my body sometimes and like try to remind people not to like dwell on it too much because it's just not healthy, And it
Right.
makes you feel really bad about yourself sometimes. So, and I don't want other people to feel that way. So I feel like if I can share something or like show that I have like bigger hips and like, cellulite, stretch marks, all that stuff. If I can show that on my page and it makes somebody else feel better, then that's enough for me. So, yeah.
Right. Yeah. I love that though, because I feel like a lot of
Mhm.
people follow celebrities and
Yes.
stuff who endorse,
Oh.
laxatives or skinny teas. So I think it's
Mhm.
good to have like body positivity content creators out there because it's so true. Like our bodies change. I had like for the
Yes,
longest
I
been
think
like,
that to
oh, why
myself
doesn't my body
sometimes
look
too, and
like
I'm
when
like,
I was in
well, I
high
wasn't
school or
even a fully
college?
developed human being at that point in time, so I can't
Right.
really be too hard on myself.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so
Oh,
many
yeah.
people like in our culture nowadays are like fat phobic or like you can be so
Yeah,
healthy.
so
Like
am
every
I.
time I go to the doctor, like I'm
Mhm.
considered overweight, but every time I go to the
Yep.
yeah, every time I go, they're
Mhm.
like, "Oh, your levels are great. Your blood pressure can't be any better." And I think that it's like so
I
sad that
agree.
people perceive like fat
Yeah.
as
Yeah,
unhealthy
I'm like
when
I'm the
our
same, and it
bodies are
was
just
always like
different. So,
I still like if I go to the doctor and I have to get weighed, I like won't look at the scale because I just don't want to know. Like I just don't want to know almost. But
right.
I'm also like
Right,
pretty
right.
healthy. Like I don't work out
Yeah,
like all the time or like as much as I should by
right.
any means, but like I'm healthy
Yeah.
and that's all that matters. Even though
Mhm.
I'm not like very, I don't know. I'm not like thin, but I'm not like, I don't know, I don't feel like too
Mhm.
bad about myself. I don't know. But I'm healthy, even though some people may think that I'm not based on like
Yeah.
how jiggly my tummy is or whatever. But yeah, that's very sad. I hate
Right,
that.
yeah.
That stigma is just, it's difficult to
Same.
ugh, live around, I guess. I
Right.
hope so.
Hopefully,
I
like,
really
we're
hope so. I do
paving the
not
way
want
for
my,
a
if I have a
different
daughter
future.
someday, I do not want her to feel how I felt growing up. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I say the same thing. Like, I don't want her to ever
Mhm.
hear me say, like, something negative about
Oh,
myself
yeah.
because
Yep.
I feel like
I
that
feel the
just
same
could
way about
hurt
that.
so
So,
much. Yeah. Yeah. Okay,
okay.
well, I guess we can finish on a more like happier note.
Okay.
So I created a game of Never Have I Ever,
Okay,
and this is
fun.
all like either Halloween or Disney themed.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we can't really put our fingers down, but
Okay.
we can
Okay.
just say like I have or I haven't. I guess that'll work. Okay, so my first one, never have I ever worn a
Um,
Disney Halloween costume.
have I done that? I think I have. I think I was Minnie Mouse one year.
Yeah. Same.
I
Okay, next one.
haven't, but I
Never have
want
I
to
ever been to
so
Salem,
bad. Ugh,
Massachusetts.
that's my dream
Me
destination.
either.
Oh, man.
I know, right? I feel like it's so pretty. Yes, I've actually heard this year that it's really
Oh,
bad with
no.
tourists, that the coronavirus numbers are going crazy. So, yeah,
I
hopefully
know. That
it
sucks.
calms down
I'm
a little
hoping
bit
to
because that
go
really
next
is
year.
unfortunate. But
So I hope.
yeah, that'll be so fun. Okay, next one. Never have I
Um,
ever lost sleep from a scary movie.
no, I haven't. I don't think. I know.
Oh, you're tough.
I'm really hard to scare though when
I've
it comes
lost
to
sleep so
movies.
many
So
times.
yeah, I'm like watching
Yeah,
slasher
probably
films
because
at
your dad
5. So
introduced you to it when you're so young, so you're probably. That's good though.
well,
I
in
feel like
person
probably
stuff,
it's hard to
actually, it took
prank
me a
you or
long
like
time to
freak
even
you
want to
out.
go into haunted houses because I was like
Mhm.
terrified that like I was gonna have like an anxiety
Oh,
attack in
really?
there. And so I only recently started doing haunts in the last
Hmm.
few years, actually. It took a lot of courage for me to like work up to get to go in there because I was scared of like in real life scary
Hmm.
things, but now I love it. So, yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I used to be the same way, but
Yes.
after like just telling myself that it's fake and
Yeah.
like that it's for fun, I started like really enjoying it.
Oh,
Okay.
absolutely
Never have
have
I
done
ever
that.
cried over a Tim Burton movie.
Oh, yeah.
Same, pretty much
Oh,
all of
that's
them.
such a good question.
What's your favorite Tim
Beetlejuice,
Burton movie?
though. Yeah. No way.
I
Oh
actually
my
haven't
gosh.
seen it. I
That is
really need
my
to see
favorite
it. I
movie.
know. I know. I haven't. Yeah, I that's what everybody says.
Hmm.
Next week, we have this place in Atlanta. It's called
Oh, cool.
Fetch, and it's a dog park with a bar.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
it's super
Okay, well,
fun,
you'll
and
have
they're
to let me
doing a
know what you
Beetlejuice
think.
movie night, so we're going. So I'm gonna see it next week. I will. I'm really excited. Okay, next one. Never have I ever fallen in love with a monster. You know, like
Um,
Frankenstein or Jason or any of
have
those.
I? I don't know if I have. I don't think I have. I think I'd be like, I don't know. I mean, I love Sam, but I'm not like in love with Sam, you know what I mean? Because he's just cute. So I don't think I have.
Yeah. I actually
It's so
really
good.
started loving that movie after you posted about it.
Yeah,
I had
it's
never
like,
seen it,
I feel
and
like you
then I
just have
watched
to
it.
tell
It's a
people
really
that
good
it's not
movie.
like, it's supposed to be like kind of cheesy, you know? Like, I don't want people to go into it expecting it to be like this really terrifying horror
Right.
movie, but it's like really just like a fun, like campy kind of silly
Right.
movie. So,
Right. But it's
yes.
like
Yeah.
it's really unexpected too.
And then
Like
all the stories are
you think
connected,
you
which
know
is
what's
like,
happening
I
and then you're
love
like, "Wait,
anthology
what?"
movies, so it's just a good one.
Yeah.
Yes, Trick
Hmm.
or Treat.
Yeah. That's super. What's it called? Trick or Treat, right?
That's a good one for
Trick or
Halloween
Treat.
night. So,
So if anybody wants to watch it. Yeah, it's a really good. Okay. Have I ever
um,
worn coordinating costumes?
no, but I will be this year. So, yeah, I'll give you a hint
Ooh, I'm excited
about
to
mine
see
and
that.
Chris's costume. It is Tim Burton, a Tim Burton movie. But yeah, okay, that's
Ooh.
all I'm going to
Okay, I'm
say.
excited.
I'm hoping to
Okay, I'm gonna
have
keep my
a
eyes open. Is
post
that
up
coming out like
of
on
us
Halloween
together
Day?
on Halloween. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'm excited.
Oh, I have, and it's so
Okay, never have
fun.
I ever been to Mickey's
Oh
Not
my
So
gosh, it's the
Scary.
best. Oh, it's so much fun.
Yeah, it really is. So cute.
Okay,
Never have
I haven't actually.
Never have I ever been to Halloween Horror Nights.
That is like on my bucket list to go.
Okay.
I was supposed to go when I went to Florida 2 years ago. We were like tentatively going to go, but by the end of our trip, like my feet hurt so bad that I could literally hardly walk anymore, that I was like, I can't go. Like I literally physically could not do it, even though I really wanted to. So it's definitely a dream of mine to go.
Yeah. That's okay.
Oh, I'm already excited for that.
It's really, really fun one day when you get the chance to go. Yes. Never have I ever carved a pumpkin in a Disney theme.
I've done Zero, Jack, a Mickey head, like all the classic things, pretty much.
Cute.
I've been painting pumpkins the last couple of years because it's less messy. I don't know. I do love carving pumpkins. And I do want to do like just a classic jack-o'-lantern face one, but I painted a Beetlejuice pumpkin a couple weeks ago. And yeah, I just got some pumpkins yesterday, so I'm not decided on what I'm going to do with them yet. Yeah. Oh, I'll definitely be sure to share somewhere.
I'm excited to see the pictures, so whatever you come up with. Okay. Yay. Okay, next one. Never have I ever played a prank on Halloween.
I've had a prank played on me, but I haven't done any pranking. Yeah, my dad had a lot of fun pranking me when I was growing up, living at home all the time. So I was like, I never knew what to expect when I got home from school, honestly. It was fun though.
Oh no. That's so fun though. Yeah. Okay, and last one. Never have I ever seen a ghost.
I don't know. Is that an answer? I don't know. Like, there was this weird story that happened when I was younger at a hotel in Spokane, Washington called the Davenport Hotel, which is like presumably haunted. And I kind of thought maybe something happened, but like I still don't know for sure if it was or if it wasn't. So like yes and no, maybe.
Okay, that's fair.
Fun. I like that.
Okay, awesome. Well, that's all of the ones I have.
Yes. So thank you for having me and thinking of me to even do this. So this is my first podcast, so that's fun.
Of course. Awesome. Yeah, I thought you'd be the perfect person because this is like, a Disney themed podcast, but also your feed is Halloween.
Thank you.
So it's like the perfect time of year to have you on. So I'm really, really excited.
Perfect.
Of course. And then I'm going to have all of your links in the show notes, but
my Instagram handle is Lilly Darling XO. And then I do have Twitter, but I don't like use it that much. I usually just like post about like my thoughts on horror movies and stuff on there. And that's also Lilly Darling XO. And I think my Pinterest is Lilly Darling XO. And that's about it. That's all I have, I think. Oh yes, I do have TikTok. That's also Lilly Darling XO. I have
you
like
just
a
got
couple
TikTok
videos on
too,
there.
right?
So yeah. Yes.
Cool. And then her shop is the Starry Owl, which I'll also have linked down below.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much again. And
thank you.
Of course, I'm so excited to
planned,
see your pictures this Halloween. So I'm excited. Everybody go follow her page so you can see them too, because I'm sure they're going to be amazing. And if you guys would like to follow our Instagram, it is at the Mouse Club Podcast. And I think that's pretty much it. So thank you guys so much for listening. And I will see you next week. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for listening to the Mouse Club podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to subscribe on whatever platform that you're listening to this on. And if you're listening on Apple, please leave us a little rating and review if you would be so kind. If you would like to follow us on social media, please check us out, themouseclubpodcast.com, or send us an email at themouseclubpodcast@gmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram at The Mouse Club Podcast. And if you'd like to follow our host, Marissa Potts, that's me, you can follow me at Little Miss Mariss. That's LITTLEMRSMARISS, Little Miss Mariss. And you can find me on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Thanks so much for listening. Bye.